G'day guys, welcome to the 6-pack whiteboard. Now, today's topic is motivation versus habits. Which one do you rely on? Most of the time, most people who I come in contact with, they rely on motivation. And if they're lacking the motivation, they'll come to me. They'll pay me, some money to try and motivate themselves. And it's those people who rely on motivation who never succeed. And I want to explain why. You see, 70% of the things we do every day rely on one thing, and that's our habits. Now, habits are these elusive things that we either say are bad or good. But see, your mind doesn't really know that, doesn't know whether they're bad or good, so your mind just stores them anyway. And if you're not aware and you don't know how to break these habits down, you're going to be a slave to your habits for the rest of your life. Every single habit you've built up until now has resulted in where you are now. So if you want to change that, it makes sense you have to change these habits. So this is why it's so important. Now, let me just deconstruct a habit for you. There are three things that occur when a habit is created and when a habit keeps moving and keeps going, and it's these three things here. There's a cue, a routine, and a reward. The easiest way to explain this is using this model here. This is a smoking model, so somebody who smokes. Now the cue may be stress, okay? The person is stressed out, the cue enacts the routine, which is the smoking, and the reward is the happiness after, or the feeling of relief after that smoke. Now, because you remember this reward, next time you're stressed, you're going to do the same thing over and over again. And it explains why people who even quit smoking for 12 months or more end up smoking again, and it's because of this. So it's because they haven't addressed these issues. The thing is if you're going to try and change this, you must remove the routine and make sure the routine that you insert in its place gives the same reward, okay? We won't spend too much time there, because I want to explain the difference between habits and motivation. This stuff is stored deeply within your brain, where motivation, it comes and goes like the clouds in the sky. And a little bit of wind, a little bit of resistance from life can push that motivation and send it flying. So this is why you don't rely on motivation, you rely on habits. Now, the thing with habits is they don't just change like that. It takes time. Have you ever heard of the 7-year switch? It's a reality TV show based on couples who are in their 7th year of the relationship. And the theory is that at the 7-year mark, people who get past that 7-year mark, they're going to last a lot longer than that. It's sort of like a rocky stage. Well, in fitness, in health, in anything that requires habit change, the 7-year rule or the 7-week rule or the 7-month rule, they all apply. Some people, they have more willpower than others, and that's the only thing that changes. So here's what I call the honeymoon stage. When you are excited about getting a 6-pack, excited about diet, excited about your exercise program, and this generally lasts either 7 weeks or 7 months. And then you hit a rocky stage. Something, boom, blows up, poofs up in your face from life. And that's around the 7-week mark, the 7-month mark. And if you can break through that, you'll enter what's called the bliss point. And that's when your habit is safely inserted into your brain, and you could pretty much work on the next thing. Okay, but this generally takes 7 weeks to 7 months. I'm going to flip this on its head though. Let's say you've gone through an entire transformation, you've got a new body shape. Do you know 3% of people actually change their body shape and keep it for 2 years? If you keep going past that 2 years, that stat goes down to less than 1%. And I've talked about this in other videos. Less than 1% is pretty short odds. If you can get past the 7-year mark, change your body shape and keep it for 7 years, it's pretty safe to say you've changed your body shape for life. So that's really how long this stuff takes. If you don't start focusing on habits now, you'll never get there. So don't not start something because of the time it's going to take, because the time will pass anyway. Start focusing on the right things at the right times, right now. Now, I'm releasing an ebook, and in this ebook, I talk about this sort of stuff and lessons that I've learned over the last 10 years. These lessons are to do with my own body shape and those of the people who I've changed as well. So make sure you get this free ebook. Get on the list, download the ebook and read it. It's gonna clear up a lot of questions you might have about where to start and what to focus on. Talk to you soon.